I've been seeing a lot of articles and stories being published about something I would call folk hero syndrome. Here's a good example, and I'm sure you've heard many similar stories happening in the past 2 or 3 months now. Police arrested a 36-year-old Nevada man for allegedly firebombing 5 Teslas with Molotov cocktails. Now, I'm not sure why they're saying allegedly. He did it. He got caught and is facing federal charges. And in the article, it says he drove to a Tesla collision center, parked his car, shot out 2 surveillance cameras with a rifle, okay? And this dude playing full Call of Duty. And then he sprayed the word resist with pink spray. Wow. You sure got them, buddy. Like, I've seen numerous stories like this, not as extreme, but like I've seen stories of people completely vandalizing all sorts of Teslas. I've seen pictures, like I've seen, people just completely destroying or marking up Cybertrucks. And it genuinely puzzles me because, bro, like this guy, you set a bunch of Teslas on fire and you genuinely think this is going to make an impact on a $930 billion company? But Aku, you ignoring the point, bro. Aku, it's about the message. Resist! Ah! Okay, I feel you. I hear you. I'm not going to get political in this video, but, I'm just saying, what's really the goal here? Because now you locked up and you facing 20 plus years. You're not going to be like some folk hero. Like, I understand. That Luigi guy, remember the United Healthcare thing? And I made a video about that around the time it happened. I expressed my own frustrations with United Healthcare, right? But what made that Luigi situation different from, burning up like a bunch of Teslas and writing resist, is that Luigi's situation resonated with so many people because for any adults watching this video or listening who live in the US, like I mentioned in the video where I talked about this, we've all been there with the healthcare system. We've been denied coverage. We've been held hostage on long phone calls. We were hit with surprise bills for basic care that we can't even afford. We can't afford to pay this bill. What's the point of saying we're covered by healthcare if you're going to send us this crazy bill? Like these surprise bills, nobody is communicating about these extra fees too, yet they claim they're covering us. You know what I'm saying? Like the insincerity of the healthcare system is such a relatable situation for a lot of Americans. Folk heroes, like people are calling the Luigi guy, or even any folk hero from any fictional story that you may have read or heard of. Notice how they're considered heroes when people see a piece of themselves in what they wish they had the courage to do. Vandalizing Teslas, putting stickers on random people's Cybertrucks, and they may not even care about politics, bruh. My best friend, he has a Tesla, and I can see why he bought it. Nothing to do with politics. The car is pretty cool. You know what? I actually want one. Like, I wouldn't get a Cybertruck though. I don't really like how the Cybertruck looks. I'm gonna be real. I used to say I liked it. It was cool at first, but then I keep seeing it now. It's like but whatever. Like, imagine having a preference and buying a car because you like the features and how it looks, and somebody vandalizes it or puts their political beliefs in your face just because you like your car as a vehicle of transportation. Like, when I see all this stuff, okay, dude, you burned up a bunch of Teslas. Yeah, that's so dramatic. But now you get locked up and the headlines are just going to be, oh, this guy, vandalism, arson, felony charges. And you know what? This is going to fade away. Be honest, anyone watching. Will you remember this guy doing this in 20 years, 20 plus years? Hey, you might. 20 years, right? Who knows what will happen in the next 20 years? But all I know is that this guy will be in prison, and whoever is watching, and hopefully myself, will all be enjoying our freedom within the next, or in the next 20 years. You know what I'm saying? This is what I mean by folk hero syndrome. I'm sorry, but like, what are you doing, bro? I remember 2 weeks ago or so, in my Dungeons and Dragons group that I play in. Again, we play like every week or so, and we're on a private Discord server, like 6 people in there or something. And we were all texting in general chat. And here, I'll post a chat for you guys so you guys can see it on the screen. I'm going to censor this guy's name, and I'm not beefing with this guy or anything. I like this guy, but I'm just emphasizing my point here. So on the screen, you see, I ask if this guy was going out there, right? And if you don't know the context, I'm talking about the George Floyd riots, right? We're just talking about stuff. And I'm kind of being silly here too. I'm like, yo, y'all were out there during the riot, fight the machine. You know what I'm saying? And I said, look, hey, I stayed home. I'm not going to vandalize random businesses and destroy what people have spent countless years building because someone nearly across the country from me had his life taken by a cop. I may have my opinions about the situation, and I'm not very much in taste of the situation happening. I don't think anyone should have lost their life there, but I'm not going to be out there vandalizing and looting random stores. Are you crazy? So I mentioned how I saw someone break into an ATM on Instagram Live during the riot. I actually made a video about this, and the guy who was breaking into his ATM, he was on Instagram Live and he was like, yo, stop snitching on my live, folk, on phone them grave, cuz y'all police ass niggas calling my live, bro. Look at all these police ass, yo, y'all police in the chat. Bro, you're on Instagram Live. What are you talking about there, police? Yo, what are you doing? This is like a TV show. You're looting an ATM because George Floyd? Huh? So later, you see in the chat, I said my best friend in Finland, right? He went to an LGBTQ parade. He showed me pictures of the parade, right? And when he was there, and I said it looked fun, but I personally wouldn't go. Does that mean I don't support LGBTQ plus? I do support them, but I don't want to march. You know what I'm saying? And I said, like, I'm scared to do stuff like that because people are crazy and people crash out. And honestly, I just don't want to do it. Am I not allowed to support from a distance? Do I always need to be in the trenches to support an idea? Do I need to shove it in your face that I support a belief or an ideology just to show, like, do I really need to prove something? And he's like, you see, he replies, it's your freedom, use it. Like, bro, like, I'm not going to march out there. Like, I'm good. I'm not going to parade. Like, yo, here's what people don't understand, because people always do this, or people always say, so do something about it. Use your freedom. It's your right. Okay, I hear you. But this is what's misunderstood. Support for anybody or anything doesn't have to look the same for everyone. Not everyone marches to support. Not everyone waves flags and posts hashtags or changes their bio or image to some avatar or whatever, to some political ideology or human rights movement. Just because you don't do that, though, it doesn't mean your support is lesser or fake. You can respect and be affirming to a community or an ideology without putting yourself in situations that you don't want to participate in. Did you know that? And this goes back to my folk hero syndrome point. You can disagree and be in distaste for a community or person or ideology or political siding, right? Without putting yourself in situations that risk your life or your freedom. Nobody here owes anybody performative proof that you support or dislike somebody or something. You don't need to provide performative proof of that. If you believe in people's rights, treat them with respect. If you feel the need to, you can speak up when it counts. You don't need to be at the parade or posting stuff or changing your social media to be in someone's corner. For some reason, that doesn't resonate with many people. And if you choose to change your social media bio, or you choose to go to the parade or something like that, and you choose to march, or you want to tweet this or that and support, fine. That's okay too. But not everyone needs to live the same way as you live. And that's where it becomes a question, like, yo, are you doing this because, like, you want validation from other people too? Like, oh, they're not marching like I am. Like, what is, are you marching for the cause, or are you marching because you want other people to see you marching? And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like people just want to be comparative at a certain point. And yo, if you want to be an activist, be an activist. But not everyone can be a superhero. And let's just be real. Sometimes the loudest supporters are not always the most impactful. Yet at times, the quiet support, the consistent respect and care and understanding is way more impactful of a support system. I understand that America is going through changes that many people seem to act out on, like vandalizing Teslas or doing all sorts of things. People do express their distaste and their support for different things in different ways, right? Conversations, voting, art, donations, calling out injustice. I feel you and I understand. That is your freedom and your choice. However, like the guy, like the guy I'm talking about, how we started out this video with burning Teslas, I swear to God, if I'm walking past a burnt car, the last thing I'm going to say to myself is, wow, look at that burnt car right there. You know what? This guy made a solid point. Bro, what? Like, that's the last thing I'm going to think about when I see a burnt car. Or even if I saw it said resist, right? I'm going to understand what motivated this, but I'm not going to be like, dang, bro, resist. This inspired me. This guy made a solid point. Resist. Oh my Lord. What a solid thing to stand for. Like, dude. Yo, symbolism is only powerful when it connects. If you vandalize or rebel in a way that may cause confusion or fear rather than clarity, your whole message is lost. So, haha, yeah, look at all these people vandalizing these Cybertrucks. Yo, you don't even know the driver. Like, it could just be a random guy who likes how the Cybertruck looks and works. It could be a non-political person. Like, this person doesn't even care what's going on right now, bro. Like, you know what? And if that's the case, right, they don't care. Now that person who you vandalized and you took pictures of how you vandalized it and you put it all over the internet so it could be viral for one night, you know, that person is now living in fear just because he likes a certain car. What that guy or girl even do to you, for real? And they just own a car, like what? And at that point, your message is lost. Again, you want to go viral for a night, or you want your message to be echoed for years. That's the difference between a real folk hero versus someone who's only doing something out of anger, or they want to be comparative, like I mentioned earlier about the marching and stuff like that. Like, you know, and something that then it changes. Like, you're doing something for the wrong reason. You're not doing something that you supposedly stand for. You're not doing it for that. You know what I'm saying? Like this bozo, congratulations. Enjoy 20 plus years in prison. We're all going to forget about you. And Tesla, they'll bounce right back in like half a stock cycle, bro. Like, it's a $930 billion company. What are you doing? If you're doing this because you believe certain people or political positions, right, they're supporting hateful ideologies, is that why you're doing it? Well, isn't it kind of contradictory to criticize them for being hateful or violent than actually be the ones doing violent things and being hateful? This is very questionable. Is bro stupid or something? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this below. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. Times Square. Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square's you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution. Wait a moment, keep my heart locked away, it's filled with emotion. Gave the key to you, right in front of you is open. Hey, try your best to not leave it broken. Oh, it's been a while since you know it's frozen. Not the